welcome back to Cwpan Cymru, where we are heading into our top 6. 2 players eliminated, 2 more to go in this next match before a grand finals. Before we get there though, I want to run through the rest of the messages from the founders, those who've donated enough to the prize pool to help get it over the £200 limit. The top donators, of course, getting the founders tag, the skin, the t-shirts, the whole lot of it. A few people that we haven't mentioned so far. Comrade Louis, one of the founders as well. No messages from Comrade Louis, unfortunately. Proxima says, good luck from North Wales to all the players competing. I'm cheering you all on. Shankly, whose name I will apologise for us mispronouncing brutally the entire last match, is Shankla, when we had a pronunciation guide in front of us the entire time. Shankly said, thank you to Ines for being the best wife a man could ask for. She supported me so much in practicing for and making the LAN. I wouldn't be here without her. Which is genuinely a lovely message. Thank you very much, Shankly, for the donations. Steve Champagne just sent an emoji of champagne glasses and also asked us to pronounce their name as the emoji of champagne glasses, which I frankly don't know how to do. I guess, Neil, can you make a sound like someone clinking champagne glasses together with your mouth?
Just put me on the spot.
Yeah,
I'll just go.
pretty good. You know what? Flawless pronunciation there. Belabruce donated and also said, shout out to all the mappers and organisers of Cwpan Cymru. Looking forward to the sequel. And I believe, well, we all, first of all, are looking forward to the sequel. It has been a fantastic event so far, and honestly great, as you said earlier, Neil, as well, to see local LANs, national LANs are always a super fun time. And I do believe that that is all of the founders' messages read out on stream, so nobody can give out to us about anything. And we are getting ready then to head into our lower bracket final. It will be Babz 5, Belabruce, Magpie, and Comrade Louis? No, what am I? I'm so sorry, Comrade Louis. It is Killjoy who's joining us down here. It's going to be good. This is going to be a good match. It is our first time seeing Imposter Babz, the Irish Frenchman living in Wales, who has therefore been grandfathered into the tournament because it was just for those living in Wales at the moment. Interested to see how Babz does up against Killjoy in this match, I think, in particular. I will say I do kind of still expect those two to be going through, but with that said, Belabruce in particular, I think, has more than a slim chance of pulling off an upset.
Yeah, it was double last chance for both Killjoy and Belabruce, so it could happen again. We could have a different outcome. Magpie seems to be warmed up from last match.
True.
He's improved through the 2 matches, so if we just follow that line, and I think Magpie could even
win the whole tournament
second as well.
Okay, I know that's we'll wait and see. One player left, one player remains that we've not seen at all yet on the stream today, which is Comrade Louis, who is waiting in the grand finals alongside Across for the 2 players that will make it through this match. It genuinely, as you said, like, Magpie has been warming up all day. Belabruce has been very close. It was very close to beating Killjoy. Was really solid in our lower semi-finals in that last match as well. Definitely is kind of a threat to both Babz and Killjoy in this one. And I guess we're going to have to wait and see how Babz does in this match. I think looking at the upper bracket final, Comrade Louis finished on a single point with Killjoy and Babz knocked out and knocked down into this lower bracket. So the top kind of 3 or 4 players, very close. And I think there are kind of 5 or 6 players contending for those spots at the moment.
Yeah, it's looking pretty close. The match is about to start soon. There looks to be some patriots in the match today. We have Babz in the chat saying Ireland is greater than Wales. We have Belabruce saying if Babz loses a round, we type Wales in chat. So there seems to be some, patriotism.
Yeah.
I think Nua, you might agree with Babz's message there.
What was Babz's message? Hang on.
It was Ireland greater than Wales.
Yeah, no, I think that's a fair take for sure. Neil, I am going to ask you to move your microphone slightly closer to your mouth, just tilt it in ever so slightly. As
my goodness,
that is the request from Thomas. What Thomas did request was that I turn you up more. He doesn't know that I have you turned up as loud as you can go on both OBS and on Discord. But it's fine.
I can go, Thomas.
Well, now he's loud, and we are getting ready to jump into our first match, starting things off on our favorite word to pronounce, Dieth. And what a day it is altogether. Round 1 in our lower bracket final, and it is Magpie who has made an early mistake, except it's not around. Neil, this is a warm-up. Neil! Alright, hey, it's been lovely seeing everyone, and we'll see you soon. It has been decided that I'm retiring from the broadcast. Neil is actually going to do the rest of the day.
I'm bringing in a special guest. The name is Akros.
Oh, it's the easiest way you can think of to stop him from winning the tournament easily.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, all I'm saying is I've tried to do casting and driving at the same time before. And when I did it, it was for the last week of Mini RPG of the Week. And I did beat Babz in that week.
So
So
what you're saying is...
Unfortunately, I think even trying to get Akros to cast while he plays might not be enough.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough. Look, it's not a foregone conclusion. There is still a finals to be played, and you know we've seen it. We saw Croaks in our first match of the day make some mistakes, minor mistakes, but maybe someone can wedge something into that crack in his gameplay and manage to pull off an upset win in the grand finals. Before we get there, we are actually this time around for real starting off our lower bracket finals, round 1, and well, Magpie hasn't made a mistake on the first beam, and so that's good. But he is falling behind just a hair off these first few corners. Bye, Bruce.
Took a little cynic route there with the water. Yeah. And with that, another mistake from Killjoy. So Magpie will be very pleased to hear that he's fighting for first place with Babzify right now. Close match, very close. Only 700 between them. Make that a 10th and a half. But Babz is starting to grab a lead here, making the tighter lines, getting the better speed into the very tough grass road section. Very slow and off to the final turn is here. Yeah.
Looking good.
Tight tech turn.
Ooh.
Looks like Babzify will take this pretty easily for the first round, signifying his, what do you call it?
Prowess?
Great. Yes, his power over the others, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and I do want to highlight once again, we have touched on that final corner a couple of times, and Magpie definitely wasn't risking towards the end there, but Babz did risk on the final turn right there for arguably no reason at all. Got very close to the left wall on the way through as well, but gained 4/10 over Magpie through literally that final corner. Now, something has happened.
Yeah, there is a tech pause from Killjoy. He wants to turn off the ping and network. He seems to have a little tech issue going on. And he has fixed it, so we should be getting live pretty soon.
Admins abusing their power. I think everyone, instead of restarting the round, everyone should just agree to hit reset, because nobody's taking a checkpoint, right? So if they all manage to hit reset at the same time, we just have a round.
Exactly.
And like,
that is true.
You know, I mean, maybe it's a little bit of a test of character as well. Does somebody hit the respawn button when out, like, you know, 3, 2, 1, go, and somebody hits it on 1 to get a second's advantage?
We'll see it if you guys do that.
Yeah.
Watching you all.
No, we will just reset the round. That seems fairer. I mean, my idea was more fun, definitely, and would have told us a lot about the competitors. But no, we'll just restart round 2 of 4. Killjoy did come 3rd in the last round, and who knows, maybe a better improvement, a better performance in round 2 now that the tech issues have been sorted.
Yeah, I hope so.
Oh, that
maybe
looked like
not for Bruce though.
Ooh. Not the biggest time loss, and manages to avoid the water this time around, so is not going to go sliding out and lose several seconds at the start. Jumping low into the plastic, too low into the plastic. That is a fragile block to the right of the pillar. Not going to make a difference if he doesn't really crash here, but has lost a huge amount of time anyway. And it is Magpie chasing down Killjoy and Babz up front. Babz looking for a perfect 2 rounds from 2. He's getting risky again on the outside dirt there, but he's looking more comfortable than the other players with that risk.
Yeah, he just seems to keep getting away from these guys. 7/10 now over the rest, and I mean his lines look amazing.
Yeah.
No mistakes, no hesitations, and again, 2 rounds in a row, Babzify takes the lead, and he still has 100 points.
Feeling good right now. Babz is getting some solid times as well. 55.6. It's good. It's, you know, I mean, a second behind the world record or whatever. 8/10 behind the world record. But Akros is a long way in front of most of the rest of the field on that one. And 55.6 compared to Babz's PB of a 55.048 is fast. And on a lot of these tracks, as you said, I think particularly on Threesome, this is Death, different track altogether, but it really does just come down to lines. There is a lot of room to just pull out large gaps by just driving faster than the other cards rather than just surviving the map.
Yeah, for sure.
Which
We're
is
noticing that here again.
Yeah, like already the gap's starting to open
falling
up.
Off. Yeah.
Magpie
Bruce is
down
having a
by
tough
half
time on
second.
this map, though.
Really is, as he will drop back into 4th place. Magpie gaining once again, as up the uphill dirt we go, as Killjoy slots in just behind Babz for this section of the track. I think there is something to be said as well then about the slightly easier competitive tracks versus something that's very difficult. When the track is very difficult, the players congregate on a single line because there is only one line you can take. A little bit more options here, and it is really proving who's put the time in to work out what works for them.
Ooh, Magpie almost sniped Bruce for the finish there.
That was, what, about 9 thousandths between them, but Magpie has to settle for 4th place and a -10 point loss. That's big for Bruce, who had lost the 2 previous rounds, to at least pull something back on someone. Now only 6 points behind Magpie.
Babz still holding 100 strong, 3 digits on the scoreboard still.
Yeah.
Babz has to perform like this the whole match. He'll be in the grand finals, and as I say that, he touched the water without crashing, and he's still first.
A clean full crash from Killjoy, who now will be several seconds down on the field. I'm going to propose an amendment to reverse cup mode rules. I think if you win every round before the first player goes out, you should be allowed to keep the -0 for as long as you keep winning rounds.
I feel so bad for the coders.
We just get Bo on it. As far as I understand it, Bo can do anything when it comes to coding Trackmania formats. Well, this round settled. Nothing particularly exciting going on anywhere in the field. Almost a second between every single car. And it is Babz with 4 wins from 4 on Dieth. And everyone else starting to settle in a little bit. I mean, they're going to be very close after that one. Belabruce picking up 2nd place and Killjoy coming last. Equalizes the scores out a lot. 3 points between them is the gap. And then it is a full 25 points up as far as Babz in 1st place.
Yeah, I'd like to know that Babz is also trying very close to his PB of 55 flat. And he was doing 55 lows, I think, multiple times there.
Yeah.
55-3 on the last round as well. So he is pushing. And I think he wants to prove that, you know, maybe it's not a Cross that wants to win the tournament. Maybe it's himself. Maybe it is. Maybe it is Ireland for the win and not Wales.
Be kind of funny. Welsh LAN. If Irish player shows up and wins the whole thing. I think it'd be funny.
Of course you would.
Yeah. I am definitely biased on this. Haven't commented on it so far today. There are multiple players, obviously, in the tournament using the Wales Club and the Wales Club tag. Belabruce alone with the Wales Club tag. Just worth noting. I think we're probably going to need some confirmation for someone is because they are using different shades of red. I'm going to pull up the scoreboard here. Belabruce is red. It's a much brighter red. Which of these reds is closer to the actual Welsh red? I don't know. I'm not Welsh. I couldn't possibly comment. Yeah, but the idea has been floated in Twitch chat of Babz using the Welsh flag for the duration of the tournament, which I believe would be false flagging, so if he does it, we should just disqualify him.
Yes, and we don't want that because we want him to win the tournament, so...
Yeah, no, that would be ideal. Yeah.
Anyways, first round of the map, we are on Climax by Wizzy.
Yeah.
And this, as we know, Belabruce has the amazing waterbound strat that no one has shown us yet.
Yeah, that's true. And we did get the information in the last round that while Belabruce was pulling off those strats, all of these players, even the upper bracket finals, were also playing. So if they don't know it for themselves, then no way that they would have seen it during that match. Unless, you know, they were turning around over their shoulder, close round, and they managed to catch sight of him doing it. But slim odds, surely.
Of course, yeah.
And I mean, this is turning into a pretty close round to kick things off here on Climax. And that does mean that a little bit of a finish trick, something that gains you a 10th right at the death, could come in relevant. A touch from Magpie on the wall means that he's dropping a little wise behind, but a lot of speed carried through around this corner into the finish. Magpie versus Belabruce, and Belabruce bouncing right. Magpie went a little bit to the right there, but maybe if he'd hard steered further, could have caught. We'll never know.
A little bit more.
We'll never know. Belabruce settles for 3rd, Magpie with 4th. Babz continues the run of perfect rounds. A full 5 from 5. Triple digits still on the scoreboard.
That is amazing. When we have a tie for last place right now. Killjoy holding in 2nd place with 71 points. Could be anyone's game. 9 points is nothing in the grand scheme of things.
Hmm.
And as we look, it is Magpie in the back. I believe he has crashed out. Yeah, only a second behind, so still anything could happen.
Yeah, not the end of the world for Magpie. There's definitely places where larger crashes are expected or possible, either way. As Belabruce a little bit slower on the outside there, but he carries a lot more speed with that wide line, overtaking Killjoy onto this wide, sweeping dirt left-hander and holding onto the lead. About half a second is the advantage at the moment. Killjoy does seem to love to kiss the wall on the inside here of the reactor. Stays very wide of it this time around, but that means he won't be closing the gap at all as we head around this final corner. Killjoy diving hard on the inside, but the gap just far too big to try and make up at the end here. It's another win for Babz, and it's a second place for Belabruce, who will split the difference between himself and Magpie. Now 6 points ahead as Killjoy spirals down towards Belabruce as well.
And a very good time as well from Babzify. Only 0.2 off his PB, 0.3 off the world record. He is not letting go of this pace. He wants to finish with 100 points, it looks like.
Yeah. Again, like, unless we implement my brand new idea. Unfortunately impossible. But I mean, maybe there's a chance we can implement that mid-match. Okay?
Have you noticed that Babzify? He's doing a different line compared to everybody else.
He's not even doing the same line as we saw from Kroos earlier, right? Which was kind of starting straight from much further back and accepting a bit of a bounce in order to maintain that straight line to set up for the next turn. But Babz is doing something different again.
Everyone is taking the ramp. Yeah. Everyone's taking the ramp in this match, and Babzify doesn't. He accepts the dirty bounce on the dirt, and he gains from it as well, so... Yep. Maybe these guys should turn the cars on, get the strats, and...
We said it, like, I mean, oh, hang on, there's a bit of a crash, and that is going to be Killjoy, dropping a long way down the order. Magpie up into third. Belabruce just going to hold on for second place again. Magpie will get into the finish, and Killjoy is too far back to take advantage of Magpie touching a wall on the way through. Nearly the same finishing order as last time around, but this is going, well, great for Babz, first of all. The 55.4 is incredibly quick. A 10th off his PB. A 10th and 2,000ths, if we're being exact. But Belabruce as well, looking very solid on this map. Has done all day long and is taking full advantage in this match.
Yeah, he's already caught up to second place. Tied now with Killjoy. So those 9 points are gone now. I say that Bruce crashes into the wall.
Hey, welcome to casting, Neil. Yeah, that's a caster curse.
That's amazing. We'll just move on to Babzify leading the round as always into the NASCAR section. America, and Killjoy comes out on top against Magpie. Has the more speed. Goes for the outside dirt line for more extra speed on the exit, and it does pay off. He probably has a 0.2 lead over Magpie now into the final couple sections. Killjoy gets so close to the wall there every single round. I don't know why he does that.
Yeah, I mean, it is reactor down, and so, like, there's not a huge punish if you do end up touching it on the way through, and it is the quickest way around the corner if you don't touch the wall anyway, so... It has been working out for him a lot of the time. We have also seen him make that touch and lose slightly more speed than he'd get by the tight line. But with all that said, still, solid round. Killjoy recovering from a couple of poor rounds, managing to pick up a second place this time around. And Belabruce, a lot of the good work there undone with a -10 in that round. He's dropped off a bit, and life is going to be a little bit tougher for a while then. As we head on to our next track, we will be going to threesome with Babz still on 100 points.
8 rounds in a row. Wow, that's
crazy.
That is some performance.
Beats the
I would
matchup.
like to see this Babz in the grand finals.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It does also speed the matchup quite a lot because it's like, hey, there's just a lot of... It's -4, -7, and -10. That's like a lot of extra points lost for everyone. And if one player is just hogging all of the first places, it means that everyone else is guaranteed losing points in every round. And we're going to get someone on last chance all the quicker.
Yep, that is true, and it's looking like right now it's going to be Magpie with 38 points. 2 maps in, 38 points. So, we will see how this goes. This is another map where we saw a big battle between Killjoy and Bruce. So, I wonder how this will play off. It's not last chance map this time, but...
It is also the map we saw that I think is the map that prompted you to talk about that there definitely is a lot of time to be gained just from driving cleaner on these maps. Again, I think a function of them not being peak tier difficulty competitive maps does mean that players, without even realizing it, are kind of driving safer than they need to on some sections because it feels quick and it feels good and you're hitting good lines, but you could be hitting it better. And because there's no poles, there's no forced apex or anything like that, people drift off the optimal line a little bit easier on these maps, which ultimately results in some like good driving, just opening up massive gaps across the field.
For sure, yeah. With these, we call these pace maps, right?
Yeah.
And basically, it all just depends on one different input. You could be on the dirt. You could be like, oh, you just want to tap one more time just to get a speed slide, and you'll gain 0.2 of a second, and you've made a difference in between finishing first or last. So I think it's very important. But as we are heading into the third map, it will be. Sorry, what map is this? I still haven't remembered the maps like you have.
This map is Threesome.
Threesome, yes, by Asa and Jorday. Shout out to the mappers for making such good maps. As we head into the match, we will be looking to see if Babz can hold on to his lossless rounds.
I'll tell you.
Straight up winning.
Yeah, we were like 3 corners in and it was looking good there, but unfortunately then Babz managed to find a corner that he didn't nail, and all of a sudden is down into 3rd place, and I think highlights exactly what we were talking about during the warm-up there as well. No error, no crash, but missed input, and all of a sudden a 3/10 lead just vanished for Babz. He has managed to claw it back into the lead for now, got very close to dropping a wheel off the edge of the dirt there, but is holding on to the lead for the time being. Only just with Killjoy just behind, and Killjoy with a very different line there, goes much wider, looking to carry some more speed into this next section, but has given up just a little bit too much ground as Babz in the lead, 2/10, just a finish line to go, and there's another round win. Killjoy will take 2nd as Belabruce takes 3rd. Magpie, unfortunately, down in 4th place, drops below 30 points.
This is a good round for Killjoy, something that was much needed, especially after the first couple of rounds on Climax, where he struggled a bit and Bruce had caught up, but now he's got that lead back to 9 points again on 3rd place, and he's back where he was.
Yep, looking good. Solid lead for Killjoy, but would, I'm sure, prefer it to be a little bit higher as well, as there was a full crash there from Babz. No, just a little bit of a mistake. Touched a wall somewhere along the way, and is now in 3rd place and looking for a fight back as Belabruce races off into the distance, trying to open up the gap, but even on the plastic there, the line from Babz is so much cleaner than either of the other top 3. He is looking very quick through this middle section.
He is pushing. He wants to win 10 rounds in a row. I guess he's put in. He wants it. It'd be very upsetting if he doesn't win 10 rounds in a row after winning all 9.
Yeah,
but
kind of just a mistake.
Looking like it.
He's run out of track. There's not enough left. He full risked it.
Nothing enough.
He was full risking it. He's going to give up 9 wins in a row and then a 4th place and a safe fin. Kind of disastrous. Kind of, frankly, embarrassing. And a little bit of a letdown.
And they have all typed wolves in the chat. Finally.
It is very funny that they all made a pact to type wolves in chat if Babz ever lost a round, and he then won 9 rounds in a row.
But they did all type it now. I'm sure they're so happy for Wales.
Yeah.
The patriotism is great.
I think, personally, Babz should lose 9 rounds in a row here. I think that'd be really funny. You want to know the best part about that, Neil? Is if Babz lost 9 rounds in a row, he'd probably still be ahead of Magpie.
What's with the Magpie hate?
No, just looking at the maths, I'm like, assuming Magpie didn't win all of those rounds, 9 rounds with 2nds and 3rds in there, Magpie would still be below 10.
Well, that's not looking like the case now, because Babz fight is 7/10 ahead and Magpie is 3 seconds behind.
Well,
so it is. Maybe the story doesn't change for Magpie, but Babzify is proving you wrong. Into the final turn. And with a good time as well. I think this will be a 51s. We are in the 51s.
Whew. That's quick.
Great.
Current world record on the track, 51.498. And we will say that, I mean, we haven't seen, despite this not being a track, again, that people are crashing out on consistently, despite it being a track that really does just come down to pace driving, just managing to go quickly. That's the first time I think we've seen someone on stream actually break below 52. There's still 6/10 to the world record from there. There is still a lot of time to be taken out of this map in later rounds.
Yep. Magpie is now at 11 points, and the only way he can get last chance is if he DNFs, so as long as he finishes, he'll still be in the match.
Don't you manifest that, Neil. Don't you manifest that.
Gets an unbreakable double respawn, has to DNF.
Oh dear, yeah. Or what did the NCSA, the PATC championship that happened recently, the Pan American Trackmania Championship, where competition tool decided that if first place got far enough ahead, it was just going to DNF everyone else in the round.
Yeah.
Someone turned that on real quick. Well,
Babz again takes it back. Killjoy in second. Magpie saved himself.
It's really stupid to win 10 rounds and then come last place in one. That's frankly just dumb.
But he has won.
Yeah.
10 of the 11 rounds played, which is...
Yeah,
or 10
that's
of the
quick.
11 of the 12 rounds, wow.
Very impressive stuff from Babz so far in this match. Minus 10 points, and that is all from a single round. Magpie, meanwhile, sits at 4. Belabruce on 20, not safe just yet, and we have seen people threaten, come very close to making that stand on last chance, to dragging someone down and then beating them with experience, having spent more time on last chance already in the match, but it hasn't quite come off yet. Is this the match where it actually happens? It feels like it could be. I mean, Belabruce not far behind Killjoy. Even if Magpie isn't the one to pull it off, we've seen Belabruce come very close to doing it as well. To Killjoy already.
Yeah, remember, Killjoy did lose about 20-30 points in the first match of round 1, where Belabruce bought him to last chance and then crashed out, letting Killjoy win. But Killjoy did lose a lot of points on that final map.
Yeah.
So 14 points is nothing. We could see a big difference coming in.
We most definitely could, as we'll be live on McCluskey after the warm-up was done here. Only a few seconds left. There's the timer. Someone finally finishes a round and actually gets us started on that timer. Babz showing us, I believe that is how Belabruce failed to finish previously. You definitely can get a little bit too far left if you're carrying a huge amount of speed through that final corner, which obviously some of the drivers want to do. If you're in a close round, you're trying to carry a lot of speed. Is that more effective than shedding a little bit more speed and just aiming to the right of the finish and being a little bit safer with it? I'm not entirely convinced, but I guess we'll see. Hopefully we get a close round to show that off.
For sure, I agree. But starting off, it's going to be a very close pack. Magpie has not crashed the first corner, everyone.
Yeah.
Instead, Killjoy has.
Well, someone had to. I mean, it goes without saying,
Someone had
obviously.
to.
And unfortunately,
on this map, someone has to.
And someone was Killjoy, who's a long way down, but already gaps opening up. Belabruce has struggled with that transition before, will struggle again, tripping over himself on the way over the road border and dropping into 4th place. Babz has a near unassailable lead already, it feels like, nearly a second ahead of Magpie, who is only a few tenths ahead of Killjoy, who's making a bit of a fight back now towards the back half of the track, but running out of time. This corner is one where you can gain a lot of time, and there is Killjoy gaining a few tenths still on Magpie, heading towards the finish. One precision turn left to go before the right-hander, and Killjoy's closed the gap to maybe make a lunge for it at the finish line. I think he's just a little too far back, though, and Magpie will hold on for 2nd place. Belabruce ultimately takes 4th, with a road border that has troubled him before being the problem once again.
Yeah, but beautiful round from Babzify here.
Yeah.
Just far away. Not even worried about him at this point. I think it's just a battle for 2nd place. As we finish round, Magpie will be in last chance. Belabruce has 10 points.
This is, I do occasionally hear Belarus when you say Belabruce, and I must know. Is there a correlation? Has he named himself after the country because his name was Bruce? Is he even called Bruce? There's a lot of questions here.
I think right now you're just making fun of my accent.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm just kidding.
I would never. How dare you?
You guys don't know Nua off stream.
It's weird. I feel like there's a few of them that might believe you when you say that. I've had names turned off for this entire stream, and nobody's called me out on it. Hey. You know,
just basing them off the skins, and
I have been, and like the scoreboard, but we could have had names on this entire time. Hey, doesn't matter. Babz is
Doesn't
gonna
matter
cross
about the
into
names
first
because we know
place.
who's gonna finish first. We always know who's gonna finish first.
Yeah.
It's just don't even need names.
Actually,
But
listen,
wow,
given how quick everyone is to call out production errors the rest of the time, I don't know if I'm happy or disappointed that nobody mentioned that. Like, that feels egregious, and I've seen significantly better producers than me get called out for significantly smaller errors. So I appreciate Cap O'Reilly's comment that it's just because I was so good at calling the positions that nobody
That is
noticed that the
true.
names weren't on. I don't think it's true, to be honest, but I appreciate the vote of confidence.
but double last chance, Noah. Either
Yeah. Sorry, that's much
This
more
is
important. You're absolutely right.
much more important.
Magpie has managed to drag Belabruce down, and they are sitting in 3rd and 4th place at the moment. Magpie is just ahead of Belabruce at the moment. Belabruce starting wider on this outside is going to carry a little bit more speed into the downhill, into this tech turn, and it is Belabruce then edging in front of Magpie, who goes a little bit earlier on his drift, retaking the lead from Belabruce, who still, with his wider turns, carries a little bit more speed around this final corner with a right-hander to go into the finish line. Belabruce with speed. Magpie overtakes for the
Wow.
line, and there is a gap of 1/100th of a second keeping Magpie in this tournament.
That is, I didn't expect this.
I love it. That was,
I
mean, on all of the corners previously, Belabruce carries more speed than Magpie. You know, gives up a little bit of time in the corner to carry more speed into the next one. In the final corner, it was the opposite. Belabruce going for a slightly tighter line, shedding a bit more speed, and Magpie took more speed and snipes him at the finish line. That was a great round between the two of them.
It was great. This is Magpie's villain comeback right here.
This is what we get for making fun of the stats. He knew, like, the stats. He's someone who looks at the scoreboard. He knows that all that matters is where you finish on the scoreboard at the end of the tournament. That's what people remember. And right now, Magpie has a chance to put Killjoy out. Still, it'll take a bit of
That
doing,
is true.
but it is possible. Well, it might not be possible because Magpie has lost a lot of speed on the exit from that turn, and that will continue to snowball through these remaining turns as the gap explodes with Killjoy now a couple of tenths ahead, and that is too much of a gap. Magpie, in one round after putting out Belabruce, will go out himself, and that is 2 players eliminated in 2 rounds, and our finalists, our grand finalists, locked in. Babzify and Killjoy will be joining Across and Comrade Louis in that grand finals.
That was a great ending. That was amazing. I didn't expect Bruce to finish last there.
No, I mean, I feel for Bruce. Kind of the entire day threatened to be a top 4 player on the day, right? Got very, very close a few times to being one of the better players in the tournament, and ultimately just couldn't quite overcome that final couple of tenths where necessary, the one round needed, the clutch moment to make it into that top 4.
Yeah, that was amazing. And now, well, now we have Across, Comrade, Babzify, and Killjoy going into the grand final.
Yeah, it's going to be a banger of a grand finals. We are going to head to one more quick break. I'm sure there's going to be a couple of minutes of setup as they get these players set up. Hopefully, shouldn't be too much as we already have 2 of the players in, and there's should be no confusion about who's meant to be in the server at this point, as it's the only players remaining in the tournament. But we will throw it to a very quick break. We'll be back with the grand finals, a Cwpan Cymru, where of course you can still donate to the prize pool. We are now over £200. Which is to be split between potentially the top 3. The rumor has it that if the prize pool manages to break £250, it will be split between the top 4. So hey, if you see someone that you like in the grand finals looking like they're heading for 4th place, it's time to head on over and donate to that prize pool, or donate, as the words above our head say at the moment. And look, I'm not sure exactly who typed that in, so I can't call anyone out directly, but I'm pretty sure it was Chris. Heading to a quick break. We've been told that they are taking a 15-minute break in the room, as well as the room is overheating, and they want players in peak condition for the grand finals. So we will see you soon as we get ready for our grand finals, as we let the players cool off before the action heats back up.